Welcome to Ego Radio. We sit down with brilliant artists in fashion, film, and music. Our mission is to help you get in the minds of creatives and entrepreneurs who are breaking ground. It's easy to make a hit, but it's hard to build a career. How do you stay fresh and curious with your artwork and life? That's what we're here to find out. And this week, you will be tuning into a conversation with the director and producer, Hayden Currie. Hayden is 14 years into his career. He's created everything from feature films to TV shows, commercials, and music videos. We get into how to persevere and build a career that is authentic to your vision, what it really takes to execute projects at a larger scale, and you'll hear about a little adventure that may involve Lil Wayne, Miami, and a Fat Blunt. This was a great episode, and I'm excited to get started. My name is Ethan. I'm a filmmaker and photographer, also your host for this episode. So yeah, let's get it popping. So what kind of stuff are you working on these days?
I primarily direct commercials.
Okay.
So music videos is something that I put to bed years ago. Not to say that I'm like over them, because I'll still help out here and there, but I'm more into like making comedies.
Got you. So like comedy-based commercials, that's what
Yeah, I mean, if I were to do a music video and direct it, it would probably be a comedy.
Okay.
You know, like a funny video.
It's like some Lil Dicky type stuff.
Someone, sorry?
Some Lil Dicky type stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He's done some fucking hilarious music videos.
Yeah, super talented too.
Yeah. What kind of stuff are you excited about right now? I know you're working on. You've been working on commercials.
Yeah.
What kind of like? And you said comedy commercials, right? So is that what you're like still like focused on, excited about?
Yeah, I mean, I've written. Obviously, I did a movie. I directed a feature film and wrote it, and that was really fun.
Yeah.
So that's the objective, to go back to there. But
Got you.
Commercials are good because it's, it gives me a lot of free time. I'll shoot a commercial. It's 3 shoot days, and then it's in post, and so I can actually start writing the other stuff.
Yeah.
So I have 3 or 4 features that are, I guess 3 that are done, and then 4, like another one that's almost done as far as being written.
As far as being written.
Yeah.
Okay.
Comedies.
What's the premise? Can you leak a little bit about it?
I mean, the first one is about a pyramid scheme.
Okay.
And it's just, these guys are kind of a bunch of knuckleheads, and they think they're making a lot of money. They're making like a couple grand a month. But it's just, they don't want to get real jobs, so. And then they get caught by the CIA, and it just escalates from there.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
So comedy movies.
Yeah. And then I have another one that's a wrestling movie, and it's kind of, it takes upon like the old school meeting the new school, which, the new school is like all internet and that kind of shit, so it's kind of a good little mix up.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. So you got into directing how many years ago now? How have you been
I've been in film production since I was 18, and I'm 32, so 14 years.
God damn, 14 years.
I've always directed while I was, going on along the journey of production assistant.
With your own projects and that sort of
stuff. I mean, like I would do my own projects, and they're obviously terrible, so then I would go and learn from someone else and be like, oh, okay, that's how you do it, so it's perfect. So I went up the ladder as far as like production assistant. Then I was gripping for a while, became like an electric for a bit. The camera department, started shooting a lot more. And this whole time I was still directing and producing my own stuff or little music videos here and there for artists around the city. And then, I mean, I think I made the crossover to full-time directing about 5 years ago. So I don't really do anything other than production. Producing, directing,
That's a wonderful spot to be in.
Yeah, it's good. I like it a lot.
Yeah, because you get to come in, because now you have a clear vision and you understand. You've done all the other roles, so you know how they work.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I love a challenge still. When I don't know how to do something, I'm definitely gonna figure it out. So, but I think with I'm very fortunate that I get to choose the projects that I want to be a part of. So it's
that is super lucky, and that's honestly that's a position that I want to be in now. So this is the second time we're doing this, because sometimes you gotta do these things twice. But before we were recording at another podcast studio. That's where I used to work. So actually, I left my job there.
You did?
I did, yeah.
When?
Yeah. Last week.
You're crazy, bro. No, I'm kidding. No, that's amazing. Yeah. No.
Because like I realized like honestly like I'm in a position now where it doesn't make sense to be taking actions based on money, right? Mm-hmm. Where it's like you gotta pay the bills, but beyond that, like the focus for this point at least, like when you're in the introductory stage of your career, right? It should be on mastering your craft. Mm-hmm. And doing the same sort of videos over and over again, you hit a wall.
You're stagnant.
Yeah, you're stagnant, and there's no like, unless you have something that you need to do, like you need to pay off some debt, something like that. That's a whole different story, right?
Totally.
But for me, it's like, yo, that's like the worst way I could be spending my time right now. So the reason I bring this up is because like we're literally at the like I'm 18.
You want a job, huh? That's where you bring this up?
What are you doing?
Okay, yeah, okay, you're hired. Yeah.
Nah, but the reason I bring this up is because like I'm 18. You started your career at 18. Mm-hmm. You're 14 years deep. What like looking back, right? I was where you were, right? So what advice would you give to your 18-year-old self about the film industry with this perspective now?
I mean, I like that for one, I'll never put anything before my creative integrity. So that's important. As an artist, you got to make sure that you're protecting that. So money isn't everything, obviously. Like
otherwise, why would we be in this?
Why do it? Yeah. Because you could be making a lot of money, but doing, bullshit ads that aren't really progressing your skills. So you always got to take that in mind too. Yeah, you obviously want a paycheck, but you got to keep in mind that you're, this is your life, because you can get caught up quick. I was doing, I won't say the show, but I was doing shows that were the same show over and over and over and over again for a couple of years. And did I progress? I was able to do like a little bit of creative stuff and make it funny, but it's still formula. So, if anything, I'm glad I did it, because on the opposite side of that, I got to travel a lot all over America and whatever. But I mean, I had to get out of it because I could still be doing that now.
Yeah, and you'd be making a lot of money. From the outside, you'd look successful.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't be, one, you'd be bored out of your mind, right? And two, like, what? Your creative integrity is gone. Right?
Yes,
you're not moving forward.
I got those jobs because I directed my movie, and I mean, I love the opportunity. I was able to put my little sauce on it too. But eventually you kind of have to, split, or you're gonna get trapped in that. Because money's good, but if you're consistently making money, it's harder for you to, take a chance on yourself, So,
expand on that a little bit.
Well, okay, for instance, I guess it was September 2016. I moved back to Toronto in February, and from LA. I was living in LA for a while. Okay. And then I opened up a bar in February 2016.
Got you.
So we were working on that, and I was doing shows and whatever, and then that show stopped, and instead of pursuing another show, I kind of took a break from that, stayed in Toronto, and tried to perfect my craft, and then it took literally 11 months, September to August, till I landed my first commercial. 11 months of no real money coming in.
Yeah.
So, and that, I was like 30.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Like that's fucking crazy. Like it was stressful, but it was also, out of that 11 months, I wrote my best scripts. So, when you're under the pressure, that's when the diamond kind of gets found, right?
I don't remember where I heard this.
Is it crystal or diamond?
Diamond. It's diamond.
Is it crystal?
I think it's the diamond.
The pressure?
Pressure, diamond.
Okay, diamond, yeah.
I think diamonds are crystals, I think
they're all crystals.
Fuck it. It's all good.
Anyways, if I didn't do that, and if I didn't like put my own work and
ahead of monetary gain,
I would have been I would have been screwed. I would have been screwed.
You would have been stuck in that same loop.
Yeah. But I'm progressing every day. Like I'm always doing new stuff. If you get
you told me you still write every single day.
Yeah, I write every day.
Yeah. That's like a crazy good habit to
meditate and then I write like at least a page. Yeah. And then my dogs are up and I walk my dogs, feed my dogs, and then my dogs are my life for the next 10 hours. No, and I'll write throughout the day, but usually, as soon as like it's 9 a.m., then it's just the phone's ringing, emails.
Yeah, a lot of writers like to write like first like really early in the morning and like late at night.
Yeah, I like to go to bed at night, so I can't really, like if I'm staying up, I'm just like, I'm not gonna get anything good. Yeah. So my window is 6 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Honestly, I'm the same way. Nighttime for me is just it's like you're either resting or you're fucking around. Like what
right? Yeah, exactly. So. Yeah.
So you skipped over one thing. You bought a bar.
Bought a bar. Well, I'm a partner. I didn't buy the whole thing.
That's crazy. Well, yeah, I got
a little slice of the pies. You know what I mean?
Slice of the pie. That's crazy. How'd that end up happening?
It was St. Patrick's Day, and I have a little bit of Irish in me, so I went drinking. Yeah. And my friend was drinking with me, and he's like, hey, by the way, I bought a bar today. I'm like, oh, really? I'm like, you looking for a partner? At the time, I was doing the shows, I had a little bit extra cash.
Yeah.
He's like, I thought it'd be like, a way of a little bit more passive income. So I was like, sure, yeah. So I wrote him a check the next day. And then I still have the bar. It's been like 3 years.
How's the bar going?
It's good, man. Man of Kent, check it out. 202 Ossington.
I can verify. I didn't enter because I'm not 19.
No, I love to see it.
I looked through the window. It looks
the
great.
Coffee shop during the day, so he's allowed in there during the day.
Oh, is it a coffee shop during the day? Nice.
That's when you saw it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's dope. So I feel like you got a chance to do a lot in the 14 years that you've been in film. Mm-hmm. What are your favorite parts of the process?
I love when I write something and someone else, that doesn't happen often, but someone else has their own take on it and they kind of take it. But usually I just like making it happen, I kind of like when someone's like, this isn't gonna work, and then you find a way. I love troubleshooting, Executing and sometimes I like when there's problems because it really shows you who you can work with. Because if people start collapsing and like start blaming everyone else, then you're like, okay, well maybe these people aren't the right ones I should work with.
Yeah.
I like the people that are just like, we're going to war, then we're going to war. Like no matter what, we'll just get it done. No complaining, just let's fucking go.
Yeah, I feel like especially in film, that's like in any project, right? Regardless of the industry. Yeah. Like problems arise. But being on set it's like
every day.
You just gotta expect that everything and anything will go wrong. Mm-hmm. Like just something like even the shit that you're like, nah, this is never gonna go wrong. Like at some point it goes wrong.
Oh, for sure.
Like,
someone doesn't bring a cable, something like, dude, I was on a car commercial a couple weeks ago and a drone fell on the car. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So it's like shit happens all the time.
Was it that Lexus spot?
No. Can't mention which one it is, but it was So shit, dude. Like shit just happens, and you can't prepare for stuff like that. Like you just gotta think on the fly.
The drone should fall out of the sky onto the car. Yeah, but it happens.
It just happens. Yeah. Like it's fuck, man. Like that's Murphy's Law, right? Yeah. Whatever can go wrong will go wrong. So. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think the one thing I'll tell you is because you are young, make as many mistakes as you can, and just like learn. Just be a sponge. Just get on set. Like you shouldn't really. A lot of people are like, I don't want a PA. Like I feel like it's below my. It's not, dude. I know PAs that have been in the game for 10, 12 years. But they're like the best PAs.
Gotcha.
And they could probably upgrade, but I think they like where they're at. But I mean, you're getting paid to learn. If you're a PA, you can either be at the truck smoking butts, or you can be on set like taking it all in. Yeah. I remember this one gaffer I was working with. He used to make me help him light. Obviously, I was in electric, and after we'd set up all the lighting, he'd make me go to the monitor to see how it all affected. See what we're doing. Yeah. And that really helped me. Yeah. Because
because like as electric, that wasn't really your role.
I was like kind of just a guy. Put the thing here and then spark it and then boom. It sort of is.
True. Making sure that the lighting is like up and
but like it's more the gaffer. The gaffer is kind of in control of that, but he'd always bring me the monitor.
But being in that position to learn.
Yeah, it's massive, dude. Like you can't learn that on YouTube, Yeah. So and that's one thing that people neglect, I think.
How do you fail fast, frequently, and without taking a hit that's gonna take you out? Like
just be honest, I think. Yeah. Don't throw anyone else under the bus.
Yeah.
No one's gonna hate you if you fuck up. It's just like just take it.
Yeah. Take responsibility.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the people that. There's two people. There's one that blow up really quick, and all the power to them. But eventually they're gonna get they're gonna fuck up heavy. They're gonna talk to the client wrong. They're gonna, talk to the crew wrong, or not really know what they're doing, and then they're gonna fall really fast. And then there's, pardon me, oh my god. And then there's other people where they take the time to learn things. And it's not always a rush,
Yeah.
And I feel like when I was young, I wanted it right away. And now, with my experience, I'm glad I didn't blow up right away. I'm glad I didn't get these big commercials right away, because I would have fucked them all up.
Them, yeah.
Totally, yeah. And then I wouldn't have gotten that chance again. So everything happens in due time,
Where does ambition meet like just being practical? Because like being like me personally, right? And I think a lot of people who watch and listen to this podcast, we're striving, like we're trying to do things that are above our, like we're trying to punch a little bit above our weight,
We should always do that. Yeah.
How do you know when you should say no to an opportunity? Like it's a great opportunity, but like just like maybe you're not ready for it. Maybe, because like there's a lot of times like you said, right? You're glad you didn't get those bigger commercials. Because at that age, you probably would have said like, yeah, let me take it on. But maybe it would have damaged your reputation, hurt your ability to get those commercials in the future. You know what I mean?
I mean, if the opportunity arises, just make sure you're covered.
Yeah.
If you get a big commercial and you're a director, get a really good AD.
Yeah.
Make sure that commercial, that's what you're breathing that all day, every day. Like you're thinking about that nonstop, thinking about why it could go wrong, or getting in touch with other directors and just seeing what they would be doing, or just like research the brand. I wouldn't say no to the opportunity. I would just say make sure you're going to war proper arms.
Yeah.
Because right now, I mean, I don't know. I feel like I can direct a lot of bigger stuff, but there might be something that's now. If something comes to me, it's more of a challenge. Of course, I'm gonna be able to do it, but it's and which I like being challenged and trying to figure out exactly how it's going to go down before we shoot it, which every director should be.
Yeah.
Why would you want to just do something that's easy? Doesn't make any sense.
Boring. What's the point?
Yeah.
What's the point?
Do corporate videos. I don't know. No offense to people that do corporate videos, but yeah.
Did you ever, were you ever doing corporate videos before you?
I never directed any, but I remember I camera operated one. I DP'd a couple. I DP'd one that they flew us to New York, which was pretty fun.
That's sick.
Yeah, we were there for a week. And then I did a little bit of like gripping on a couple, but yeah, nothing too crazy. Never did any wedding videos, never did any like event stuff that I can think of. Shot a lot of concerts. Yeah.
Nice.
And a lot of like rap videos back in the day.
That's fun shit.
That's fun. It was fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It got really intense sometimes, but it was good.
Yeah. Wait, well, what do you mean really intense?
Just like, you're hanging around.
Personalities, right?
Well, more so, not so much like them. They love the camera guys, right?
Yeah.
Like rap dudes, they're just, they're kind of in the neighborhoods that you don't normally go to, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's
True.
You just gotta make sure, like, it's not always their neighborhoods, it's people that don't want to see them succeed.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, that is a super big thing. Like rappers on the come up getting jumped and like just like getting fucked with for no reason.
Yeah,
because
for
people
sure.
are like jealous of their success and whatnot. Like,
Totally.
That's super huge. Like a lot of, I know it's a big thing that a lot of rappers can't go back to their like their original neighborhoods just because like they know that people will be coming for them for their success.
Yeah, I guess it's like a jealousy thing.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I mean, more so now than ever because rappers in Toronto there's actually a platform for them. When I was shooting these videos, it'd be like $500 or something, and I'd be going to Jane and Finch or like, I don't know, super like Jane and Islington and Finch and Victoria Park and Finch and Warden and Danforth areas, like these, there's certain spots around the city that produce these actual good rappers, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But back then it was like a little bit different, right? There was, I'd be jumping on a bus and going to see them. Now I feel like there's a lot more money around. The videos I see now, these guys are, they're jeweled out. It's pretty crazy, bro. Like they don't really shoot in the hood so much anymore.
Yeah, well now they're dropping like.
It's good, man. It's really good to see that.
Like 1 to 3 to 5K, for probably like rappers who are in a similar position.
Yeah.
To probably what you were shooting back in the day. are now dropping instead of 500, like 1,000, like 2,000, 3,000, up to like 5K just to, even though it's like typically, you know, they're like lower budget, smaller productions.
Well, it's good to see it. It's really inspiring because like back in the day because no one, it's not like they didn't, you know, appreciate the art. It was like, well, where are we gonna really take this?
Yeah.
Now they have like the whole outlet, like the whole world.
Yeah.
You know, so it's pretty interesting for sure.
That makes that actually makes a lot of sense because before like the internet wasn't as prevalent, like there wasn't as clear of a path. Other than getting signed to really making it.
Yeah, right. So now these guys are just getting scooped up left, right, and center. It's pretty cool.
Well, one thing that I do want to jump to is your time in New York. You used to bust in New York like every week, or what was it?
I used to bust in New York every couple weeks. So it'd be like 12, 13 hours there and then 12, 13 hours back. One time it was 24 hours back because the bus broke down.
Holy shit.
I remember I was sleeping. This was my first time going to New York. I was like 21 or something.
Yeah.
And I stayed on Chris Styles' floor. He's an R&B artist. He's one of my best friends. But so I shot a video. First time in New York for a weekend. We shot this crazy video. It's called Dreamer. One of my favorite videos that I've done to date, music videos. Yeah, it's just like we really captured how it was when I was there. It's cool.
Yeah.
Anyways, going back to Canada, to Toronto, the bus broke down in like Rochester or something, and it took like 6 hours for another bus to come out. Dude, it was insane. And then hopped on that bus. It was literally 24 hours till I got home. And I just shoot in Toronto the next morning, so I had like 2 hours sleep.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
So back in the day, it must have been like real like intense for you.
Yeah, it was crazy.
What was that like the first like 5 years in it?
It was just super stressful.
Yeah.
I wish I could come back or like go back in time and just tell myself, yo, just
chill out.
Chill out.
Yeah.
Because it's not gonna do you any good. It's all gonna work out. Just chill out.
Yeah.
Because that is now what's really, you know, those experiences of being broke and trying to figure out how to make money and stuff, you know, that you can put that towards or into like your films or whatever, right? You need real life experiences.
Yeah, life has to inform art.
Totally.
Like I've pushed myself to the point before where I'm just working so much and I forget that, like, why I got inspired to get into this in the first place, right? And it's observing the little things that make life beautiful. That's really like, oh, I want to capture that. I want to do this. I want to show other people what I see.
Yeah.
But when you stop like living that, you know, when you're so focused and stressed about making it in it, you can lose focus on why you got into it in the first place.
1,000%. And it's, you know, I always talk to just random people, not just like go up to them, but I'll just talk to people, you know what I mean? Like friendly. Yeah. And I never really thought about it before until like about a year or two ago. And I love it because I get to meet new people all the time. And, you know, you meet some weird people and you base characters off that, you know, like that guy was really fucking, maybe not like a weirdo, but like he just like, you know.
Eccentric.
Totally. And like you use some of his, you know, his weird fucking uniqueness and put it into a character that you want to write. Yeah. And like that's how a lot of these characters are made. So.
Yeah, just pulling from different people you've met.
Totally. Yeah.
So what moving into movies, right? What would that look for you? What would that look like for you?
What do you mean?
So right now you're doing commercials.
Yep.
Your next ambition is to go back into features.
Yeah.
Or move to features, like.
Yeah, I would say move to features because the first feature it was, you know, we found the money, we, you know, put our own money in, we wrote it. Yeah, it would check it out, the Film Student movie. Buy it, everyone buy it. We need some money. Make the next one. We want to make a sequel to that eventually.
Oh no way! That'd be fun. I watched the first 30 minutes of it. I didn't get a chance to.
Well, I mean, you can't say you lied. Just say you watched the whole thing. What the fuck? They're not gonna watch it. All my fans now aren't gonna watch it, dude.
It was fantastic. I just opened it at the wrong time. You know.
Yeah, I know. But no, they don't need to know that. Yeah,
we'll just cut that.
4 stars. Yeah. Moving on. Yeah, he watched the whole thing. It's great.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Honestly, one of my favorite.
He asked for my autograph after. He wanted a poster, so I can get him a poster now. I'll get you a poster.
It's up. You can't see it, but it's up on that wall right there.
It's over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, fuck. If you have a little bit, that costs us so much money. But if you have some money and you want to learn, just do a short film or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing
like,
right now.
you'll fuck up so much, and then you'll learn from those fuck ups. You can always fix shit, but that's how you learn the best.
Yeah.
You know, on your own dime. Because when we shot that, you know, I was probably 24, 25. Oh, and now it's like, you know, from those mistakes alone, I just, you know, I've learned.
Yeah.
And I've gotten better.
Yeah.
You know? I edited the movie too, so you learn exactly what you need to make a scene work for that.
Yeah.
Which, that's priceless.
What makes a character relatable? Like someone that you feel like, because like with movies, right? You get to see so in depth into these people's lives. What's the line? David Fincher, he has this line where he says, fundamentally, I think people are just perverts. You know, like the whole concept of a movie is that it's almost voyeuristic, right? Like you're watching something happen, but you're not really a part of it. And seeing into that, you get to know these characters so well. And sometimes it falls flat and you don't give a shit when someone dies. Sometimes you feel like you're gonna cry when someone dies. What do you
since I was a little kid, it's always been I can relate to characters when things are going wrong, and I rewatch movies a lot.
Yeah. And
every time it's about to go wrong, I'm like, don't do that. And I know how it's gonna go, but I still am like, fuck, bro. Like, why are you doing that? Like, because I feel like I'm, you know, when those characters are presenting themselves as, you know, their emotions are like overwhelmed and they can't deal with something. I'm just like, oh my God, I would like, what are you doing, bro? Like, I feel like I'm part of that, you know?
Yeah.
And no matter what, I can watch it 100 times. I still like, oh man, if he didn't do that, then he would get everything. But the movie would suck then.
Yeah, because then you wouldn't be like, right?
So what I look for in characters is, you know, I'm from a small town, Wasaga Beach, like probably 20,000 people. Just people that, you know, are the real deal. I like watching movies now that are in the 90s. And because I've traveled America so much, I like to see these little small towns and be like, yeah, I've been to most of these small towns and how these people, you know, how they think. You know what I mean? It's pretty interesting to and I actually have been there to see the similarities of those characters.
So for you, it's when you're able to recognize, maybe not intellectually, but more so like from a gut place, the similarities between people you've had experiences with in your own life and what you see on the screen.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
I like those the best.
Yeah.
You?
For me, I don't know, I think I'm still figuring it out. That's like a big thing that's on my mind right now, because I'm making my first short film, and the script was originally written by the producers who approached me to direct it. And it needed a lot of work, so I'm going in and making some adjustments, because it was just like a base script, you know what I mean? Like it was the idea. And going in and trying to figure out like dialogue doesn't need to necessarily be something that sounds realistic, like something that someone would actually say, but it needs to be realistic to the character, right?
Right.
So like trying to like put myself in not even someone like a fictional person's shoes, that is difficult to say the least, you know? But I think that it's incredibly interesting because like so much of like just relating to the people in your life, right? It's not, you can't think about it from a selfish perspective, right? You gotta remove yourself from the equation and look at it from their point of view, put yourself in their shoes. So that's exactly what I'm trying to figure out right now. And what I think I'm coming to is, I think it's like a lot of it comes down to vulnerability, right? Like seeing someone be vulnerable and open and honest, but then also seeing how they present themselves. Because I think we all have kind of like two like layers to ourselves, you know?
Totally.
There's what and I think a lot of the time they're merged, you know what I mean? It's not like harsh like contrast between them, but there's our inner selves, like who we are when no one's watching. And then as soon as there's someone in the room, you're automatically thinking of, okay, how did they perceive me? And you're trying to get them to perceive you in a particular way, right? And that's the outer layer. So I think it's just like getting a chance to see the character's inner layer and their outer layer, and then you feel like you really know who they are.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of reminded me of like growing up and my mom. My mom had it pretty tough, and she would be just, you know, freaking out on us, or like the thing's just like something's going wrong, and then the phone would ring. She'd be like, "Hello," like it's like, wait, what? Like, and no matter what, like I remember her tooth was all fucked up. It was like, I think like her tooth broke, her back tooth, and she like could barely even talk. And then I remember one time she was just so sad. I was like, oh man, I feel so bad. Yeah. And then the phone rang. She picked it up. She just went right back into character. I was like, how?
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy. And like a lot of people are like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's actually kind of funny if you call someone, you have no idea what they're doing beforehand.
Oh, you got no clue.
No clue. And I always think about that. I'm like, are they just giving my mom treatment? What's going on here? You know what I mean? Like.
Dude, yeah, I relate to that 100%. My mom, she's worked like stressful jobs her whole life. Mm-hmm. And she'd be like, I'd be a kid, she'd be giving it to me, like, yo, what are you doing? And the phone rings, she's like, oh, hi, how are you?
Yeah. It's like, so funny. It's so funny.
It's hilarious.
And that, I mean, my mom, she probably could be a good actress. Maybe.
Yeah.
I think she could.
I think you got to cast her now.
Yeah, we'll see. After this, maybe.
Actually, I think if she watches this, you kind of got to.
Yeah.
I'll send her the link. Don't worry about it.
She, I mean, we had someone else play my mom in my movie, so we'll see. The next one.
Part 2.
Yeah, part 2. Yeah. Switch the character. Only.
So how did you land on comedy? How did that?
I just loved making. Pardon me. I just loved making people laugh when I was like a young kid, so it just always continued. And then I was in like, what is it? Not improv. I guess improv classes when I was in grade 8, and then that transpired to like high school, just kind of being in plays once in a while and that kind of stuff. And yeah, I mean, no matter. I remember in film school, every time we had to do a lab, I'd always want to play the funny thing, like be in it, or try to direct it or whatever, you know. Yeah. So that just always been around. I think because life is just so dramatic and dark, and it's always good to shed a little laugh here and there.
Show the comedy.
Totally.
Yeah, it's interesting because I think comedians, and even looking like, I think Robin Williams is a really extreme example of kind of like the mind of a lot of comedians, where you might be in a darker place, or you might be in a darker place, but you choose to look on the brighter side. You're consciously choosing to make that choice, to see it from that perspective. Kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier with like how you get into it, right? You see little parts of life that you're like, wow, I want to highlight that, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
yeah, because I mean, you could just live in, I don't know, the world and the hustle and bustle, but if you don't stop and laugh, I don't know, is it really worth it?
What's the point?
Yeah, I don't know. I like smiling. I like fucking making someone laugh and spit out pop and stuff. It's good. I've always wanted that. So, comedy, making people laugh.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I read some dramatic stuff too, but I probably won't get into that till way later in my career.
Do you think the best comedies have that like dramatic aspect to it too?
Yeah.
Where it's like you see the realness, but it comes back to
if you think about it, like even stand-up comedians, they make a dark situation light.
Yeah.
You know, and it's harder to do now because everyone has, you know, very
PC.
Yeah, and people are just, you know, very offended at everything. So, which I don't mind.
Because it makes you work harder for it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I remember people would just always do like religion jokes and stuff like that. That's just like cheap laugh, you know? Yeah. Let's do something that's like a little bit more highbrow. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. Were you ever into stand-up comedy or anything like that?
Yeah, I love stand-up comedy. Yeah. I've done it once. I just don't, like, I got the bug for it. I could probably be pretty okay about it, but no, I don't think so. All my friends that are stand-up comedians, they're out like 3-4 times a night, you know, like it's, I don't really have time for that. And that's how I'd want to do it. I wouldn't want to just do it like once a month or once a week.
Yeah, I think you need to give it that.
For sure. And it's not, you know, maybe later in my life, maybe, I don't know, but right now it's not really in my schedule. Yeah. I got too much shit going on.
Once you retire from film, you know, you're like, what do I do now?
Yeah, or maybe when I'm just doing film, maybe I'll just, I don't know,
later on
learn it or whatever. Yeah. But I respect the hell out of it though. It's great. So I used to actually run a stand-up show at my bar.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, me and Mark McNally. That's who I went to film school with. We did it for about 1.5 years, and it's great. I saw like over 150 comedians. We'd have 10 a night. We probably did like 25 of them, probably more. No, way more. Anyways, it was fun. It was great.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. So 14 years in the business, you must have some wild stories.
Yeah, I do.
You wanna share some?
Sure. Yeah. What do you want to know? Like what kind of story? Like an on-set story?
It could be on. Yeah. Let's start with the on-set story.
You want a funny story?
Yeah. Let's go with You're into comedy. Let's go with the funny story.
Yeah. I don't know if I can think of any right now.
Let's
come back to that.
Even better. Let's go with the one that you can remember.
Yeah. Okay. So any kind of story?
Any kind of story. Yeah.
Fuck. I should have like written one down or something. I want to tell a good story.
I remember a story. You could still tell it. The Lil Wayne story.
Lil Wayne. Okay.
Yeah,
I told you that the first day.
Yeah. When we met on set.
Yeah. Okay. So me and my buddy Matt Braun, who is a DOP.
Yeah.
He used to shoot a lot for me. We were on a show together, and we were in West Palm Beach, which is about an hour north of Miami. And I'd never been to Miami, so I was like, "Yo, dude, let's Uber to Miami." And he was down. So we had 2 days off in West Palm Beach, so we decided to go to Miami for the night. So we get to Miami, and then my friend Kevin, I do a post. I'm in Miami, bitch. It was a selfie. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I just posted that at like.
Wear your sunglasses.
Yeah. No. I think I just posted some kind of thing. The geotag was Miami.
Yeah.
So my friend Kevin was like, "Hey, what are you doing in Miami?" I'm like, "Oh, we're just here for the night." Blah 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 blah. He's like, "Yo, he's managing Zoe Dollars or something," because I'm beforehand, like he's a manager of some sort. He lives in Miami.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, I'm just
club
here.
promoter, manager, that type.
Yeah. So he's like, can you take photos tonight? It's at a club called King of Diamonds, and we need a photographer. It's Lil Wayne's there, Zoe Dollars, and someone else. I'm like, yeah, fuck, sure. And I talked to Braun. Braun's like, sick. I'm like, hey, can I bring the photographer? He's like, yeah, okay, cool. I'll take care of you guys. Perfect. So now we don't hear anything from him. I text him like, hey man, it's been a couple hours. Like, when do you want us there? He's like, oh, I don't know yet. Blah 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 blah. I'm like, okay, cool. So we're in Miami. So we start drinking. We're getting kind of drunk, and then I get a call from Kevin. He's like, yo, we're about to go in. Like, how far are you guys? I'm like, I don't know. I'm in Miami. I feel like it's just the one strip. So we're 30 minutes from the bar. It's inland, you know what I mean? It's King of Diamonds is the biggest strip club, supposedly. Yeah. It's fucking crazy.
Like, so they don't got space in like downtown Miami.
I fucked up the story. Yeah, I fucked the story. It's not a strip club. I don't know anything about this place, right?
At this point, you don't know that it's a strip
Nothing.
club.
I have no idea. I think I'm going to take photos of Lil Wayne or something. So we go, we take an Uber there, and then me and Braun try to get in, and security's like up our ass, and they're like, yo, you can't bring a camera in. And it's a film camera. I'm like, what do you mean?
It's like a nice film camera.
It was a nice film camera.
A nice little flash on there.
It looked old. They're like, what is this? Fucking some kind of antique fucking bullshit camera? I'm like, you guys don't fucking know anything. So anyways, so they wouldn't let us in because they're like, yeah, it's a strip club. You can't come in with that. I'm like, well, we got, I was like, bullshit. I was like, yeah, we got hired by Lil Wayne or whatever. We're supposed to be in there. Yeah, no way. You got to go put that in your car. And then Braun's like, we didn't put it in the car. Or we don't have a car, so we're can we just leave it with you? And the guy was like, if you don't get the fuck away from us, we're gonna beat the fuck out of you. Basically, I was like, okay.
So like your typical like bouncer.
Yeah. Like, and at the time, this big black guy, Suge, wasn't Suge Knight.
Yeah.
His name was Suge. He's probably like a notorious dude at Miami. Seemed like it. He seemed like he had all the plugs.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, you guys are with Kevin? I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, they're with us. So the guy's like, yeah, he's cool, but like they can't bring the camera in. Okay, ditch the camera, but then let them in. So we went and ditched the camera in a bush.
You just threw the camera in a bush?
Well, like I don't know. Yeah, there was a lot of bushes around somehow. So we put the camera in the bush. We went back right through security, and then Suge's gone, and they're like, yeah, it's $100 each. Like $100 American too.
Yeah.
It's like what? I mean, like what the fuck? I mean, Suge said that we can come in and blah blah blah. Kevin's in there. Can't get a hold of Kevin. There's no reception.
Yeah.
And then they're like, yeah, it's gonna be $100. As I was about to pull out $100, Braun was also pull out $100. Suge comes in like, no, I told these guys are good. I'm like, yo, Suge. I'm like,
just like
sick.
magically appears.
Yeah, he just keeps magically appearing. So I'm like, sweet. So he gets his rate in, and then we go in, and it's the biggest, like, it's like an industrial strip club. Like the poles are like 40 feet. Yeah, it's like there's just strippers everywhere, a bunch of fucking people. It was insane. I was like, holy fuck, I need a drink. So we go to the bar, and Lil Wayne's here, and we're like way over here. We can see him. We're like, well, how the fuck are we gonna get in there? There's like 7 gates.
When you say gates, like, what do you mean?
Like you can, like, this is VIP. This is VIP. This is like not VIP. This is some other place. This is where we are. Yeah. We're by the bar. We're like with the normies.
So you see the journey ahead. You're like, how the?
Yeah, we're with like all the, you know, the other peasants. You know, like where we belong. And then it's funny because Braun tells the story better. He says every 10 minutes we just kind of like started going up. Yeah. And it was always, I was just like talking to the door guy, and the door guy would be like, oh, you know, Suge, boom, open it up, and then we go in. And then like I remember we were right, like say you're Lil Wayne, but your back's facing the stage. Sure. I'm right there. I'm like, oh fuck, that's Lil Wayne. We could literally just go up and say what up.
Yeah.
So they're like, yeah, there's no way you guys come up here. And then I'm like, really? I'm like, we're supposed to be here with Kevin. Kevin's like, I can't even see Kevin. I didn't even see Kevin the whole night. So again, I swear, Suge is my savior. So he just walks up. He's like, no. I'm like, Suge, these guys won't let us in. He's like, yo, let them in. So Suge literally just like opened the gate for us. And then we just walk in there, and then, you know, I'm smoking a blunt with Lil Wayne. All these strippers are just like around, and it's a thing where I didn't know this, but I guess like the club blows up like maybe 80 grand or something, and maybe it's like $1,000. Whatever, it's like a bunch of ones. I don't know how much it is.
That's a big difference.
Yeah, it is, but it's just like, you know what I mean. Like, have you ever seen?
A lot of money.
Have you ever seen $1,000 bills?
No,
or 100,000.
You're saying there was an explosion of money.
Yeah, it's just like fucking. So it's like, holy fuck. I'm like, I thought it was fake, and I was like, what the fuck? And I just smoked a blunt. And I remember I grabbed some of the money. I was like right on stage. Everyone was just like, I was the only guy with like a weird hat, long hair, big ass beard, you know. And I grabbed all this money. I was like,
wait, so you're on like the main stage. Like,
I'm on the main stage. I'm like with the strippers, with Lil Wayne, with Zoe Dollars, with all these guys.
Yeah.
Grab this. I have a photo of Lil Wayne somewhere. Like, I don't know if I'm with him, but yeah, I have a photo of him. So I grab all this money, and then this stripper comes up. She's like, you better put that money down. That ain't your money. I'm like, oh shit. Like, I dropped it. I'm like, sorry. And then, pardon me. Dab Lil Wayne, sent him out. He's like, yeah, see ya. And then I left. And then we Ubered back to West Palm Beach. Yeah, but at like 5, 6 in the morning. Yeah, it was crazy. We got to Miami by like 2 p.m. and we got back to West Palm Beach at like 6 a.m.
Damn.
6, 7 a.m. Yeah. Crazy.
That's wild.
It's a great story. It's a fun time.
Sounds like you had some good fucking times.
Yeah, I got like, I just get myself into these weird situations. I don't know how it happens. It just kind of happens. And I just kind of let it go. You know?
Just got to give in just go with the flow.
Totally. Yeah. Do you have any stories?
Do I have any stories? I think I need to be a few more years into the game to match a story like that. Yeah. But I'll let you know, so at some point in the future, we'll get you on again. And
I just censor a lot of stuff into that story for sure.
Oh yeah, this is like the
tone
This
down.
is like the Family Channel like version.
Yeah, I don't know where this is going. I don't know. That blunt was not even weed; it was CBD.
Yeah, we just ate a couple of CBD gummies and
I didn't do shit.
Watched.
No. Yeah, I mean that was a fun story for sure. That was a great night. No, I haven't been to Miami since, but I could just
come back, say what's up to Suge.
Yeah. One time I was shooting a music video in Vegas.
Yeah.
It was kind of funny. And we shot the video, and the DJ, it's my first time in Vegas, way before I did the movie. And the guy we did the video for, he had a residency. He's a DJ. And we were partying with him after the video, and he had his own booth. So he's just like, yo guys, I'm gonna go to bed, because we're shooting the next day. He's like, just, have a couple more drinks, go, and then leave whenever you want. Cool. So me and my buddy that we were shooting the video with, we just kept ordering bottles and bottles because they just kept coming.
Yeah. And
then we just kept bringing other people in the booth, and these are like $20,000 a night booths.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like we had no business, and then at the end they're just like, yeah, it was all comped. It was fucking crazy. We must have ordered like
Probably at least another $20,000 worth of shit, or $10,000.
I would say $5.
Oh, okay.
$5,000.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Because like bottles at that point are just ridiculously expensive, right?
Oh, it's
They're
crazy.
Like, what? Like,
and the thing is, I don't even know if we were really asking them to bring them. They just kept bringing them.
That's just what they do.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
and then like I remember we had a bunch of beers and yeah. Anyways, I don't think he had to pay for it. We didn't have to pay for it, so it's all good. We left a big tip. For sure. We left. Yeah. Crazy.
Shit. But yeah, one thing I do want to get into actually, you mentioned at the beginning, meditation. I also meditate a lot, and I think like it's one of like the best things you can do to just like be like live a more like fulfilling like life. Yeah. Enjoy your day.
Totally.
How'd you get into meditation?
I've always kind of done it, but not like I didn't really know what I was doing.
Yeah.
But I've been doing transcendental meditation for years now, which is great. And it's helped me a lot as long as I had a lot of bad anxiety back in the day and like kind of in and out of depression. So, I mean, taking a little bit of, self-care and 40 minutes a day for myself, it's really helped. Yeah. It's 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the afternoon. Can't really go into too much detail because it'll kill me, but.
He's a part of a cult, meditation cult.
Yeah. They'll meditate me to death.
What's the name of that?
Transcendental meditation.
Is there like TM? Is that like? But is there like some sort of group that? Because you said that you went in, you got a custom program.
It was just like the regular program. You go in, you do the course. It's 4 days, and then they give you a mantra, and the rest. You could go meditate with them all over the world. They have centers all over. David Lynch, actually, it's the David Lynch Foundation.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, so he's a big advocate of TM.
Really? Yeah. Okay. And what's the difference between like transcendental meditation and let's say like regular meditation my concept of meditation is you let your thoughts flow, you watch them, you try to quiet your mind, but you don't suppress your thoughts, right? You just watch them, you observe them. What is is that what transcendental meditation is?
Yeah,
or is it
it's similar. I mean, it's one thing that I'll tell you is I remember Oprah. I don't remember this. I remember my instructor telling me this, but Oprah said transcendental meditation is the only one that's not a chore. Because I can literally do it right here. You just have to close your eyes and have a seat. Yeah. There's no not weird stuff, but like you don't have to cross your legs or anything. You can do it anywhere. Like I do it on planes. Every time I fly, I'll do a meditation during. Yeah. It helps
like
with
the whole
jet
flight.
lag. No, just 20 minutes. I don't do it more than 20 minutes. Yeah. No. Yeah.
Nice.
It's just helped me out. I mean, there's tons of other stuff out there, Headspace, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, I've put a lot of people on to just meditation in general. Yeah. And they've really.
You're the guru.
Not really. I'm just like I like when people are in better moods.
Yeah, 100%.
Makes my life way easier.
My friends are just tired of hearing me talking about meditation at this point. They're like, yeah, we get it, man. We get it. You meditate.
Yeah, no, I'm not like that at all. But as soon as I was like, yo, I fucking bubble this, all this, I'm like, yo, you're spiraling. You should probably like, maybe not even meditate, just like fucking chill out, take a day off. Yeah. Because there's no reason to be all worked up over nothing.
Yeah. How do you find that balance between like pushing hard and like living your life?
I'm getting better this year.
Yeah.
I used to just always be like, I'd be 24/7. If someone called me at like 11 at night, I'd pick up the call and just, if it was a job, I'd just do it. Or like if they needed something, I'd just do it. Now I kind of try to take, time for myself. I love just hanging out in my backyard when it's sunny.
Just chilling.
I watch a lot more like movies and bike rides, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because
before a sweet bike.
Yeah, I bought a bike a couple weeks ago. Best thing I did.
Yeah. Biking is nice. I don't actually bike anymore. I used to bike so much.
Dude, you know what? Biking around the city, we're in Toronto, and I love it. Seeing other sides of the spot that I've lived here for 14 years on and off, and just being able to weave through traffic. I'm not super fast. I cruise a lot, single speed, but still, like today I went to 5 different places on my bike. Yeah. Usually I'm Ubering everywhere. Yeah. 2 weeks ago, Ubered fucking like 5 times a day. My Uber bills, Uber's gonna have a hit out on me, bro.
They probably love you down there. Now they hate you.
They probably hate me. Yeah, they're fucking down.
Half their business just gone.
Done.
Yeah. Well, going back to you said you used to live in LA. What was that like?
It was cool. Yeah. I mean, I was only there for like 4 months, but I would, at that time, even when I was doing shows, I'd be doing shows for like, you know, 3 months on the, or no, a month on the road. I'd go to LA for the week instead of going back to Toronto. So LA was kind of like home base for a while. A lot of my, you know, well, I'm gonna go back there soon, but just gotta handle stuff here.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
I bet it's always nice to just come back to the city, you know?
I love this city.
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
It's hard to deal with in the winter now because
it's super hard.
I mean, I took like 3 winters off. I was, you know, in warm, not off. I was just working in warmer spots. Last year I did a documentary in Thailand and Cambodia. The year before that, I think it was in LA more so, and I just always was able to kind of
just figure out how to get out for those.
Yeah. Not, you know, the year.
You thinking you're gonna stay here this winter?
I hope not.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I'd do it. I stayed here last winter and it was tough.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, and I grew up in Wasaga Beach, you know, like where winters are
the worst.
Torturous.
Yeah.
So I deserve not to have another winter here. I'm 32, turning 33.
Yeah, honestly, like my dream is to spend the winters in California and my summers here.
Yeah, no, that's what do you mean? That's a good dream to have. It's California dreaming right there.
Yeah.
Love it.
I think a couple more years should be doable. If I stay hungry, you know.
Yeah, everything's doable for sure.
Yeah.
Nothing's impossible.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a fantastic place to wrap it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I love it. Thank you, bro. Thanks for having me.
You on.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed it.
Check out his movie, The Film Student.
Yeah, please.
It's on iTunes.
Come on. And don't just buy for $10. You know, send me 25.
Just do him a favor.
Just directly, just
look
call
at
me.
all this
My number's
knowledge he
right here.
gave you.
Yeah.